A different story against Atlanta. Unable to deliver the big hit and just 3 runs in the first 2 games. Today, Taylor Jordan looks to come up big and get the Nats back in the win column. Not a cloud in the sky, a little bit cool, supposed to be up around 60 for the series finale today. It's a salvage operation on a face painting kids day at the ballpark, so maybe the youngins can help the Nats do some damage finally against these Atlanta Braves. Bob and FP, welcome to the ballpark. Concern about Ryan Zimmerman, the throwing error last night, injuries riddling the ball club early, a few more issues than we had hoped for in the first week of the season.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday with Ryan Watcham in batting practice, not getting the ball across the infield. So I talked to him today in his locker. I said, what's up with your arm? He said, FP, you know what? I've had pain in it before. You know, I've dealt with that. This isn't really a pain issue. He said his arm's not really going where his mind is telling him to, and he said it feels loose. So he just wants to get it over with and know what's wrong with this thing. They did an MRI last night. We haven't gotten the results, neither has he, but very frustrated to not know what's going on with that arm. He's dealt with it for so long. He just wants somebody to tell him what's going on.
Doug Fister has thrown off flat ground, played some catch, feeling well. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Scott Hairston went on the DL with a left oblique. And Tyler Moore, who misses a doubleheader in Syracuse today, by the way, gets the call. Good to see the man from Mississippi back with the Nats.
Yeah, good to see him up here and good to get some good news about Doug Fister. Can't wait to see him pitch. But for 6 games into the season, so much going on with this ball club already. We said they have to stay healthy to compete in the National Leagues, and so far they haven't stayed healthy.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Braves are kind of throwing the same guys out there every day, even though some of them will strike out. So with Strasburg, Gio, Jordan Zimmerman, Tanner Roark leading the way, the Nats are putting up some historic strikeout numbers. Johnny and Ray told you a lot about it during Nats Extra today. 62 in their first 5 games, the most through 5 games in the history of baseball. How about the K's? But what they really need is a W today. Brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. And by AT&T. Rethink possible. That's a good word for today, possible. The Nats need to make something happen against the Atlanta Braves. Grab one at the end of this series. Welcome the Marlins in on Tuesday. Braves are heading home after this to open up against the Mets on Tuesday. Visit trainsearch.com to find your local Train Comfort specialist dealer. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. 56. The good news for everybody at the ballpark today is the flags aren't doing much, so it can be a nice warm afternoon. The Braves hitting only .217, 14 runs in 5 games, but they've only given up 7. Dan Uggla's always done damage here. He's never faced Taylor Jordan. Got his first 2 RBIs of the year last night. Taylor Jordan one start against the Braves last year. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 7 hits, and 2 runs. 136. We are underway. He got a no decision in that ball game, and that was on August 16th of last year. FP will have more on the young right-hander in a moment. There's a ball fading away from Hayward, and Jason Hayward still out at. No, he's not out at first. Espinosa bobbled it. That was a routine play, and Danny thought he got him, and we may have an appeal here from Matt Williams. It could just be a discussion about the call with 15-year veteran Marvin Hudson.
Watch the angle Matt Williams takes on this argument. Does he circle back to look at his dugout to see a thumbs up or a thumbs down? He's kind of to the side right now to where he's peeking to his left. He's looking back into the dugout right now, and he's trying to get help from inside the clubhouse on whether he should appeal this or not. He's stalling, looking back again, looking for the thumbs up. Do I appeal it? And it doesn't look like he's gonna. That's how this whole process works. You go to inside the clubhouse to the dugout.
Wow, almost a dead heat.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And they'll have to give Danny Espinosa an error. Looked like he had plenty of time still to get the runner, but Hayward was hustling all the way. And not a good start considering what happened here last night. Here's B.J. Upton, the center fielder. Rips one to Desmond. Now Espinosa. Can he erase both guys? A 6-4-3 by a double play combination that has turned dozens of those over the years.
Well, the action fast and furious, and Taylor Jordan, a guy that's known for the ground ball with his good 2-seam fastball. He and Desmond with a nice job of going to the backhand side. Good feed to Danny Espinosa. So on a day when you don't take BP and you don't take infield, the action is fast and furious, and a lot of teams day game after a night game just strap it on, and that's what the Nats have done. But 2 tough chances right out of the gate.
Here's Freddie Freeman, takes the fastball away. He's had a big series. Freeman on base 7 times, 4 for 6 with 3 walks. His on base percentage in the first week of the year off the charts at .619, leading the league, and he's slugging .933.
But kind of getting back to that replay on how the whole thing works, you're going to see a lot of managers angling themselves to their own dugout to either get the thumbs up or thumbs down, whether to review it. And Eric Dalton, the advanced scouting coordinator in the Nats clubhouse, or as I call him, the video guy, he's the one that's going to tell Matt Williams or tell the bench. And then Matty's going to look at one of the coaches on the bench to say, we're either reviewing that or we're not. But that was interesting to me on how that whole thing took place and how he stalled for time to get word from the clubhouse if he should use his challenge.
Everything on the ground, and that's a good sign early for Taylor Jordan. All 3 outs on ground balls. So the error does not hurt. Interesting Nats lineup when we come back. Nationals Park. Bottom of the first inning. And Matt Williams, out of necessity and also maybe shaking a few things up, changes today. Anthony Rendon against Atlanta. 317 against today's starter Alex Wood. He's 4 for 4. Kevin Franzen gets a start in the number 2 spot. Danny Espinosa in there 6th. Nate McLeod first start as a Nat, and Sandy Leon will make his second start, the switch hitting catcher behind the plate. Alex Wood, 23 years of age, from Charlotte, second rounder just 2 years ago. He has been fast tracked to the big leagues.
Well, Anthony Rendon should swing at the first pitch, because last time out, Alex Wood against the Brewers gave up 1 run, and it was on the first pitch of the game to Carlos Gomez, and he hit it to straightaway center field for a home run.
Rendon bunting. Great chance to beat it out. Well played by Chris Johnson. That's a base hit.
Well, he didn't swing at the first pitch, but he sure bunted the first pitch, and what a nice one it was. And neither team waiting around in this game. A lot of first pitch hacking going on. First pitch bunting by Anthony Rendon, and there goes the no-hitter on a bunt single to start this one up. That's perfect.
Anthony Rendon is now 9 for 20 and hitting .450 in the first week of the season.
Smelling the knock all the way. Good play by Chris Johnson. He was just playing too deep to get to that ball and get anything on the throw.
Here's Kevin Franzen. 1 for 3 as a Nat in 4 games. That'll stand him up.
Sunday bunt day.
Kevin also has 5 career at-bats against Alex Wood with 2 base hits last year for the Phillies. So Johnson has to play even with the bag or even in a little closer. Franzen, a versatile hitter. He can use the whole field. That's an 82-mile-an-hour changeup way outside, 2-0.
He's got a curveball and a fastball to go with it as you look at the umpires.
That's Jim Joyce at third. There's Doug Eddings, the 16-year veteran, behind the plate. Marvin Hudson at first. Corey Blazer at second. Got the 2-0 pitch in there. Did. Left-hander Alex Wood, career record, 12 starts, 20 relief appearances, 4-3 with a 2.98.
The real news about that Carlos Gomez home run to start the game off against Alex Wood last time was the fact that Brian McCann was not there to block home plate.
New meaning to blocking home plate, huh?
Well, if you remember in Atlanta last year, Gomez hit a home run to start the game up, and Brian McCann came out about 10 feet in front of home plate down the third baseline after Gomez was very animated, I guess, the way to say it, going around the bases.
2-1 to Franzen. That's well hit. First 2 Nats aboard here. Rendon rounds the bag at second and stops. And Kevin Franzen is 2 for 3 with his new ball club.
Well, day game after night game, you got the bench guys in there. And I was talking to Kevin Franzen in New York. I said, what are you going to call the bench this year? And he said he's thinking about calling them the Secret Service. And I said, well, that's okay as long as you don't fall asleep outside your hotel room. But I mean, so far so good.
Wow.
I mean, this is the way most teams do it. Davey Johnson would put the same guys out day game after night game. But most ball clubs, and you're seeing Matt Williams right now, he's putting his bench guys out there. Number one, because it's a long season, he wants to keep everybody fresh. Number two, he wants to give these guys at-bats, so when he calls upon them late in the game, they have a swing and some timing to go up there to help the ball club out. I like the fact that he's going with his bench today.
Jason Worth in this series, 1 for 5, couple of walks, hit by a pitch. He's been on base 4 times. He's 3 for 5 career against Alex Wood. And of course, you got a left-hander out there, so Rendon leads off, and then Franzen. So LaRoche and McLeod, the only true left-handed batters in the lineup today, as Matt Williams loads up with the righties. Adams had a good start to his season. And Worth, that'll be a swing. He tried to look it all the way in, couldn't stop the hands.
And when you face a guy like Alex Wood as a hitter and you see that funky delivery where he wraps that ball behind his back, you do a little recon early, kind of check out the release point, see what his stuff is doing. But this is a guy whose fastball can go from 90 and at times 95 miles an hour. He moves it around to both sides of the plate. Pretty good command of it.
And a big curveball brings Jason to a knee. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, pretty good curveball right here from Alex Wood. He'll throw one for a strike, but very rarely does he. Meaning he'll make it look like a strike, but it very rarely ends up in the strike zone. Looks fat on the way in there, and then you go to swing and it disappears. Be huge for the Nats after dropping the first 2 to score here early.
Well, last night, first time all year they've led early in a game. The LaRoche monster home run did not stand up. Trying to put some things together. So far, so good. Bunt hit, clean hit. Rendon and Franzen. Time given by Doug Eddings. Mets have an early run at home. They're trying to sweep Cincinnati today. Marlins just underway, and they lead the division at 5-1. That ball off the bat and then off the limestone went slamming its way back out to the pitcher's mound.
And based on the swings and Jason Worth checking right there on a fastball up and in, I would say he is not picking up wood yet.
He's kind of feeling his way to a battle here.
So the defense for the Braves today behind Alex Wood. Stamp it. Same one we've seen except for Gerald Laird behind the dish. Upton, Hayward, your outfield. Simmons and Johnson left side. Uggla Freeman right side. And Gerald Laird getting the nod of the day game after the night game.
Uggla trying to keep Rendon close. Worth bounces it right up that way. Uggla with a backhand, and that's off the bag. Worth is safe. Ball is bobbled. Nats lead 1-0. Rendon comes around to score. That'll be a base hit up the middle. Then that'll be a throwing error that allows Rendon to score from third base.
Well, Dan Uggla did a great job of keeping that ball in the infield, and that's all he needed to do at that point. But he tried to throw Jason Worth out, and he would have been better suited to hang on to this ball. Worth would have been safe either way. Throws it wide. Nice read by Rendon and Bob Henley at third base. Ball trickles away from Freeman, and just like that, the Nats are on the board. See, right there, he does a great job of just keeping the ball in the infield. No need to throw that. And Dan Uggla has been around long enough to know that Jason Worth can run. And when you know a guy can run, you go that far for a baseball, your clock is ticking and you know he's going to be safe. You just eat it, maybe pump fake, and look for something at third base. He'd have been better suited not to throw that ball.
Here's LaRoche. 2 on, nobody out. And I think on that replay, I saw Freddie Freeman, as the ball came to his glove, peeking at the runner at third base. The usually sure-handed Freeman may be checking Rendon instead of looking the ball into his glove, but it was an off-balance, off-plate throw, so you got to give the error to the second baseman. No balls, 2 strikes. Watch Freddie Freeman take a glance toward third here.
Yeah, before he had it in his glove, he just assumed he was going to catch that on a hop, kicked away, and that was all it took.
Adam LaRoche, 4th in the league with 8 RBIs already. And a breaking ball skied to left for Justin Upton. Runners hold, 1 out. Here comes another right-handed batter, Ian Desmond, who's had 3 hits in this series. Oh for 5 career against Alex Wood. And the first pitch breaking ball low.
Perfect day for baseball.
Pull the string on him, 84.
A good changeup right there, good arm speed, same action as the fastball, just about 10 miles an hour slower.
Ian Desmond with a good rip on a 90 fastball. Counts 1-2. Overall, Desmond 5 for 21. And he has struck out 7 times. Not locked in yet.
Speed him up inside with the fastball, maybe go away here with the changeup, see what they do.
All right, Worth has a huge lead at first. It's a breaking ball. Desmond hits it third baseline. Johnson will have to make a great play, and he does, to keep Ian Desmond from loading the bases. And there's some discussion with Marvin Hudson about that call. And here comes Matt Williams again.
Here we go. Part 2. I'll tell you what, Marvin Hudson has had some bang-bang plays to start this one up. Chris Johnson has as well, and Ian Desmond's not leaving the field. Talking to Tony Tarasco. And another close play at first base, and we'll see if they review it.
There's a thumbs up from Randy Knorr.
Oh, nice shot, guys.
It's going to be reviewed. So the Nationals clubhouse feel that Ian Desmond's safe on this play. Boy, that is so close. I'll tell you, we watched that Exmo. It seems like it takes forever,
I mean, honestly,
for that foot to come down on the bag.
This is me being as completely honest as I could be. I feel like I'm watching a different sport. I really do. You got coaches in the dugout with thumbs up or thumbs down, umpires with headsets on. I'm sorry. I'm still not a fan. I might be the only one, but I'm still not a fan.
Well, this is big. Danny Espinosa is coming up next. If that call gets overturned, the Nationals will have the bases loaded with 1 out. So the clock is running. In the meantime, Alex Wood takes some soft tossing warm-ups. Right now, 2 outs in the inning, but that could change.
Talking to the command center in New York. There's a crew there at all times reviewing the play. They would have probably seen that Exmo replay we just showed you.
Off comes the headsets. And now they called, upholding the call, Desmond out. So a good play by Chris Johnson to throw out Ian Desmond, 2 down.
I think they got it right.
Yeah, it looked like Desmond kind of hit the middle of the bag. If he'd been able to get down to the front of the bag, might have been safe.
Big gamble right there, using your challenge in the first inning of a game. And now Matt Williams is out of challenges. I almost said Matt Challenge is out of Williams's, but you get the point.
We got your drift. So second and third now, Danny Espinosa. Of course, both runners moved up. Franz into third, Worth to second. That little tapper will stay fair. Espinosa off to the races, and Gerald Laird throws him out. 3 bang-bang plays at first base in the inning. The Nats get 3 hits and an error by the Braves. Settle for 1. Flash of loading the bases, and a very good play by Chris Johnson. By the way, that whole process took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So we've had a couple of controversial plays in this series. STG Inc. takes us inside the numbers and guys who throw ground balls. Now this is on balls put into play. Taylor Jordan 72%. Charlie Morton of the Pirates way up there at 79%. And that's since the end of June last year. National League pitchers with at least 9 starts. Taylor made exactly 9 starts last year. He faces Chris Johnson here, who's 3 for 8 with an RBI in the series. And Johnson 1 for 3 against the Nats right-hander.
And Jordan will cut the fastball, sink the fastball, but it's a true sinker. It doesn't just run, it runs down and into righties.
In the air to right. Taylor Jordan telling us, who needs ground balls? We can get a can of corn to right field. He got all 3 ground balls for outs in the first inning, including the double play ball.
When the Nationals win, everybody wins. All season long, when the Nats win and score 7 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu prices at papajohns.com by entering promo code NATS50. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And for the first time in my career, I write down in a scorebook APP period 215. The appeal on the Desmond at bat. I wrote that into his little square there for the 5-3. And different things we're having to do these days just to keep track.
It's just weird, and maybe I'll get used to it, but not yet. Sorry.
Justin Upton, a couple of hits last night, 2 for 8 with a walk in the series with 4 strikeouts.
I mean, I know I sound like the old guy with the cane saying get off my lawn, but I'm just not used to it yet. I don't like it. It's weird.
Just wait till October.
I feel like I'm watching arena football.
That's a hard sinker. 90 down and in, and hit over the top of it did Upton.
And this is the one I'm talking about. The true sinker up top, out in front. Watch the late movement on it. Right under the bat of Justin Upton. It's a good pitch.
And Taylor's not going to miss many bats, but you'll see some unusual swings when he's out there. Goes right back in there. There's a busted bat, and Desmond couldn't quite leap for it. Good pitch. Good job by the hitter to fight it off. Atlanta's first base hit.
Yeah, first knock of the day for the Braves. Bat died a hero. Good pitch by Jordan. And you see Upton making the adjustment, just pulling those hands in a little more than he did the time before. Just out of the reach to the glove of Ian Desmond. Good effort.
Here's Dan Uggla. And a moment ago, the Nats dugout backed up Kevin Franzen a couple of steps in left field. I would call that early game pretty deep against a big power right-handed batter who's looking for his first blast of the year. He did drive in his first 2 runs here last night with the base hit to left. And this one to center, didn't get it as Jordan gets inside on him. Couple of routine fly balls here around the broken bat base hit.
It is so not too late to become a 2014 Nats plan holder. Great plans still available right now. Get the lowest prices, exclusive season plan holder benefits. Purchase your plan by calling 202-675-NATS now or visit nationals.com/2014. Red Loft is rocking today. Go out there, Carp. I'll see you in the 6th.
It's been busy. It's been busy out there all week long. Weekend long. Here's Gerald Laird. And he goes the other way for a base hit. 34-year-old veteran catcher who's been on a couple of championship teams.
You know, I don't know if it's just the game plan against the Nationals or they do it against everybody. But the Braves don't wait around for anything. They come up hacking. I mean, they're swinging as they get off the bus.
Freddie Gonzalez Ball Club has won 4 straight after dropping their opener in Milwaukee. Andrelton Simmons with an RBI, 2 for 8 in this series. Pitcher on deck. Don't want to make anything too good for him right here. And that's a pitch with some crazy movement. Only 16 pitches to the first 7 batters, backing up your observation. And to the third baseman, Rendon to Espinosa. 5-4, inning over. 4 ground ball outs for Taylor Jordan so far. Nats looking good in their home runs today. And there's a big number 37. Nice. Nine coming up. Ryan Zimmerman not in the lineup today. AFCIA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. And with our report down for the dugout, here's Dan with more on the Nats' third baseman.
Bob, you guys mentioned in the opener how the Nationals are waiting for word on an MRI on Ryan Zimmerman's sore right shoulder. Talking to Zimmerman before the game today, he admitted he's typically a stoic guy, doesn't really get too high or low, but even he admitted the last couple of years have been pretty frustrating for him. He's dealt with cortisone shots on the shoulder. He had surgery to repair the AC joint in that shoulder, and for whatever reason, the discomfort just keeps coming back. He is obviously frustrated, and his teammates are frustrated for him. Adam LaRoche said it's just as hard for his teammates to watch him struggle as it is for Zimmerman to go through the struggles himself. He's putting in the time and effort, and the shoulder is still an issue, and he can't seem to shake it for whatever reason, guys.
Yeah, I remember that cortisone shot right before a series in Baltimore, I think 2 years ago, and he came out and went on a tear with the bat for a couple of weeks, and the shoulder felt better for a while. No balls and 2 strikes.
Prompting a lot of bars in the D.C. area to invent the cortisone shot.
Yes, the results were there that time. Nate McLeod gets the start. He leads off here in the second. 0 for 1 with a walk in this series. And he'll have to reach for that breaking ball and tap it back to Alex Wood.
I mean, kind of building on what Dan said, talking to Ryan this morning in the clubhouse, you just feel for the guy. I mean, he's confused, he's frustrated. And the part that kind of worried me the most is that he just said his arm isn't doing what his brain is telling it to do. And to me, that's very alarming. To where it's not really a pain issue, it's just something that he can't control at this point. And like Dan said, he's done everything he can do, and he's still searching.
Sandy Leon, first pitch swinging, thrown out by Andrelton Simmons. 2 outs. 4 ground ball outs in a row now for Alex Wood after the LaRoche fly ball in the first inning. And Taylor Jordan will be the hitter. Well, and the one thing I can say about Ryan Zimmerman, through all of these travails defensively, and some of the throwing stuff goes back several years, he has never shied away. He has never not addressed it with anybody. There was a ball game in Miami last year where he had a tough night, cost the Nats a game, and he was the first guy to stand up outside his locker after the game and face the music. And that's the kind of guy Ryan Zimmerman is. We just hope the best for him, because, I mean, you're talking about the best player in the history of this ball club since it came to D.C. Not easy to watch, and we are in his corner 100%. So are his teammates. Easy inning with ground balls for Alex Wood. 1-0 Nats on 8 pitches. Day off tomorrow. Henderson Alvarez going for the Marlins here on Tuesday night. He lost his first start against Colorado, 3 innings, tagged for 6 runs. Gio won his first start at New York. He's been battling a bit of the flu this weekend, but he's feeling much better today. And Gio has won 4 out of 6 career against the guys from his hometown with a 1.76 ERA. Johnny and Ray, 6:30. Nats Extra Tuesday night. FP and I from the booth at 7 o'clock.
You know what's on sale right now? Spring Flex Packs. That's right. Pick 6 games in April and May and get a 7th free, plus a Nationals beach towel and a $5 added value on each ticket for Spring Flex Packs. Details, visit nationals.com/flex.
There's Gio, who went home a little early yesterday. Feeling good today. Day off tomorrow. He'll be back at it Tuesday. Jordan gets a good running fastball to the inside corner, facing the hitter Alex Wood, who's 0 for 2 career against Taylor, and he's 0 for 24 career. Outside, 1-1. Jordan, first 2 innings, 18 pitches, 12 strikes. He's dealing. Strike 2. On a pitch up. It's up the middle. Long way to go for Desmond. Wheels and fires. Good play. LaRoche there to dig it out.
Whenever you're a shortstop going into center field, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can kind of throw it across your body going into right center field, or you can do the pivot, the inside pivot, and throw. And that's what Ian Desmond does right here. It's very crucial that you find the target before you throw it. I mean, just spin around in a circle at home right now and try to find something in your house. It's not easy, but Desmond, who practices this play all the time, kind of see him that half a click to once he did turn around, find LaRoche, make the throw. Nice play.
Next up is Jason Hayward. Reached on the Danny Espinosa error. First time up. Kind of a routine bouncer to second base. To start the ball game, Danny knocked it down. Thought he had recovered to throw him out, but the Nats didn't get the call. And that ball popped up right by the second base bag. Desmond using the glove for shade. 2 outs. B.J. Upton will be next.
It is time for you right now to tweet your photo using hashtag #MASSNNationals for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. I mean, by the time we do this, we should have about 8 billion pictures.
I know. Who's going to go through the reams of photos here? B.J. Upton hit the ball sharply. First time Desmond turned it into a really good-looking 6-4-3 double play. Nats turning their second of the year.
Good changeup right there. 83, pulling the string.
Looks exactly like the sinker. Nissan will track it, and it'll be down.
And the 26th pitch from Taylor Jordan was a beauty.
Great location on the first 2 pitches in this AB. What does he do on 0-2? Go inside. Taylor, a 9th rounder back in 09, just 25 years of age. He's from right across the waterway from the Nats' spring home in Vieira, from Merritt Island, Florida. Went to Brevard Community College down there. And his dad's done some aerospace work with NASA right there in the Cape Canaveral area. Boy, Space Coast Stadium seems like a distant memory now, doesn't it?
Where?
2-2 pitch. Another good sinker.
Well, he stays down there all day, he's going to be fine. Down with the changeup. Down and in with the 2-seamer. And the slider's been decent as well.
And a pop-up right side for Adam LaRoche into foul territory. Taylor Jordan mixing things up. A ground ball. 2 pop-ups in that inning. He's pitching a fantastic game so far. Top of the order, straight ahead.
And he's on the end of the Nats dugout. Yellow means the batter can leave the on-deck circle, and the broadcast is back apparently. If he flashes a green card, it means clear and convincing evidence. A gray card means no clear evidence to overturn. A red card means that the call has been overturned. A blue card means last warm-up pitch. Stay with me, folks. A green card means the break is over. A magenta card means he's feeling sad, and a purple card means he's lonely.
I never thought I'd see a baseball player red carded. They're usually doing that over at RFK with the United and opponents. So here we go to the bottom of the third inning. We're learning along with you. And there's Anthony Rendon, who bunted for a base hit first time up, and Chris Johnson still plays him back on a 1-0 count.
I mean, that's a lot of cards he's got. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I made up the last 2. So he's got 6 cards. And is anybody really looking at him?
2-1.
I mean, the truck is, right? Maybe home plate umpire Doug Eddings. No, he's not looking right now. What if he flashed a card for balls and strikes?
I'll tell you, if we ever get to that point, I'll be watching you and Drew Storen from my couch.
Who knows where this thing is going?
Rendon, right side near the line. Freddie Freeman using the glove to shade and to catch for the first out. That was a fair ball when it finally came down. Kevin Franzen, big addition to this ball club. Dan Kolko, you've had a chance to observe him now for the better part of a week or so.
I have, Bob. Talked to Kevin Franzen before the game today. This is his first start as a national, obviously, and he's replacing Bryce Harper today. He was joking with reporters. He said, obviously, I don't have as much pop as Bryce, but I used to back up Barry Bonds in San Francisco, so I'm used to replacing the big power guys. Now, he's playing left field today. He's typically a corner infield guy, can play a little second base as well. He only has 14 career games played in the big leagues in the outfield, none since 2010, but he knows what he's doing out there. He says, just be athletic, track the ball, and I'll be fine. A reporter asked him if he knew the ground rules out there in left field. He said, all I know is if it gets near there, I'm just throwing my hands up.
Kind of an interesting story about his number, too, if we got time.
Go ahead.
Well, his brother's favorite player is Dave Righetti, and Dave Righetti's number is 19. His brother DJ died of cancer a ways back, so, you know, Kevin, as a tribute to his brother, has always worn that number, but when he got called up with the Giants, that was Dave Righetti's number. So he was number 8 initially for the Giants. He went on a road trip, came back, and Mike Murphy, the clubhouse guy for the Giants, had number 19 hanging in his locker, and Dave Righetti said, this is your number now, and gave him 19. So wow. When he came over from the Phillies, Mike Waltz had heard that down in the Nats clubhouse, and he already had 19 ready for Kevin Franzen. So it's a tribute to his brother DJ, who died of cancer, whose favorite player was Dave Righetti.
That is great stuff. No balls, 1 strike to Jason Worth.
So you come to the ballpark and you see guys with numbers on. Sometimes they have a little meaning.
Or a lot. Worth, base hit up the middle first time. And a breaking ball. Alex Wood starting to settle in. He's retired 8 straight since the Worth base hit that Dan Uggla reached and then threw wide to first. When Freeman peaked and couldn't glove it, Anthony Rendon raced home with the game's only run. Nasty against the right-hander with the breaking ball is Alex Wood. He's on his game. The Nats into the middle innings by 1. recognition today from DynCorp, welcoming our wounded warriors home, letting them know that we never forget about them here at Nationals Park. Troop recognition brought to you by DynCorp International. We serve today for a better tomorrow. Gorgeous day at the ballpark. 56 at game time, expected to reach into the low 60s today. And as I mentioned earlier, great news, the wind not blowing in and chilling everyone. Inside the numbers with STG Inc. we go. Braves against the Nats. Wow. Nats just not doing a good job with the runners in scoring position, and the Atlanta bullpen has been at times untouchable. Off the bat of Freddie Freeman, and a long way to go for Kevin Franzen. Talk about a guy playing left field for the 15th time in his career, and the ball will find him. One out.
But kind of getting back to that graphic, it's been serious ownage by the Braves over the Nats since the start of 2013. But if you go back before that, in 11 and 12, it was the other way around. So we talked about how sometimes teams have your number and it becomes a psychological deal. I mean, there's no reason why 2 games into this year that can't change back to the way it was in 11 and 12.
87-79. Just an 8-game difference. The all-time Atlanta advantage over the Nats since 05. And even when the Nationals weren't very good, 05 and then 06 through 09 or so, they still gave Atlanta pretty good battles and finished even in the season series on several occasions. Chris Johnson flied to Jason Worth first time.
If I'm not mistaken, the Nats kept the Braves out of the playoffs in 2011. Late in the season. Knocked them out of the race.
And that one sails upstairs.
Well, it wasn't quite the other way around 11 and 12. It was still 19 and 17 total. So that's much better than lately.
Late break on that one.
Are you going to the National Archives over here?
Yeah,
Bob Carpenter's scorebook?
I'm looking early in the 2012 season because I remember that year the Nats did not play the Braves until the end of May. 2011, it was 9-9 between the two ball clubs, but you're right, some late season games really hurt Atlanta. And at one point through the 2011 season, the Nats have won 23 out of 40 against the Braves.
But right now, Freddie Gonzalez's squad definitely has the upper hand.
3-2 to Chris Johnson.
I mean, when you see ground balls and you see broken bats and you see right-handed hitters fouling balls off their body parts, that tells you about the two-seam fastball from Jordan today. That's all you really need to see. I mean, he's kept it down. It's moving a lot. It's moving late.
And a rather rare walk. First of the day, 1-on-1 out here in the 4th. With Justin Upton coming up.
Yeah, in spring training, he had 20 strikeouts versus just 2 walks.
Upton broke his bat, singling to left field. First time up. Over the outstretched glove of Ian Desmond.
A little cut to that fastball right there at 89.
That gave him a different look because he pounded him inside with a sinker first time. The double play ball, always a possibility when Taylor Jordan is pitching, looking for a grounder, and he'll throw it off the plate inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 0-2-1 Atlanta, 1-3-1 Washington. Nationals 3 hits strung together in the bottom of the first inning with an Uggla throwing error to take the lead. And that one out in front of home plate, blocked well by Sandy Leon.
He did a nice job of staying soft with his upper half, keeping that ball close to him and keeping Chris Johnson at first. And when you have a sinker ball guy and the double play in order, this could become a big play. Got up underneath his mask.
Made an offer, took the 2-2 pitch. And we'll see if Freddie Gonzalez does anything with his base runner. Upton has good speed. Stole a base here last night. Runner holds. So Johnson walks to second. Upton walks to first. And a rare pair of walks here by Taylor Jordan in the 4th inning.
It's a good trip by Adam LaRoche going to the mound. You got a young pitcher out there, a guy not accustomed to walking guys. One of the veteran guys on the ball club. A little chat with him. Probably keeping it simple. That's good stuff right there. You know, when Adam LaRoche goes to the mound, he's got something to say. He's not a look-at-me guy, and there's guys throughout the league that'll be like that, to where they just want everybody to know that they're taking charge. But that guy seldomly walks to the mound, and when he does, it holds a lot of weight. Love to know what he said. Probably one pitch away, just stay down the zone, get a ground ball.
Yeah, we got a good defense out here. Let us do it. Uggla, not exactly a ground ball guy.
Yeah, that was not a ground ball type swing right there with a helicopter finish from Dan Uggla. He was thinking a ground ball into the bleachers and left.
Leon had a hard time catching that ball. Might have been a cross up with the runner looking in from second.
Yeah, good call. One thing you have to be cognizant of as a major league catcher when you got a guy in second that's been around like Chris Johnson, you just don't want to set up too soon. Meaning, don't give away location to where it can be relayed. And you'll often see guys go through the sequence and at the very last second hop into where they're going to be for the location and not giving the runner time to relay at second base. Watch how late he sets up. And there's different schools of thought with that, to where, hey, I don't care if they're relaying, I want my guy set up and present a good target for my pitcher. And there's other schools of thought to where, hey, we don't want to give it away and set up late. I know the Nats catchers always set up late.
Well, Taylor Jordan's gone to nibbling here in the 4th inning, falling behind another batter. In this case, Dan Uggla, an All-American at the University of Memphis, who Mike Rizzo signed with Arizona for $1,000 in the 11th round 13 years ago. Got him on the ground ball. Desmond. And the ball dropped by Espinosa. There was a little uncertainty there between Rendon and Desmond. Looked like Anthony thought about cutting the ball off. And then Espinosa handcuffed by the throw, and the bases are loaded with one out.
Yeah, got caught in between. Rendon went for it, hit the brakes. Desmond got caught in between, thinking Rendon was going to have it. And then he was off balance, made a quick throw to Espinosa at second base, and it handcuffed him, like you said. I don't know if he was expecting Desmond to go across the diamond, but that was just a weird play all around. I think Rendon would have been better suited going for that baseball and just throwing it to second.
It's a fielder's choice, and they give Espinosa His second error of the day for dropping the throw. Gerald Laird singled on the first pitch he saw last time up. He takes a good strike, quality pitch right on the inside corner that handcuffed him. So an odd day for the reliable Espinosa at second. Errors on two rather routine plays.
It just seems like when the Nats play the Braves, you see the odd things happen that you don't see against any other team. I don't recall ever seeing Danny Espinosa make 2 errors in a game. That play right there, weird.
And every time the Nats have given the Braves opportunities in this series, they've paid for it. Another quality pitch right on the inside edge. Laird didn't like it. Let's see what Mercedes-Benz thinks.
That slider right here, did it come back for a strike? According to Doug Eddings, it did. Still looking for that ground ball. Sinker ball guy's always one pitch away, no matter how many runners you got out there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him! 91 down and in. 2 outs. Biggest pitch of the game so far.
Yeah, a little react too from Taylor Jordan right there. I don't ever think I've seen him show such emotion. Slapped his thigh after this pitch, but maybe the best sinker of the day in the biggest spot. Gets a big time needed strikeout under the bat of Laird and was pumped about the pitch. Can't put it in a better spot. Nice pitch.
Number 8 man Andrelton Simmons now. And he bounced out to Rendon first time up. Nowhere to put him with the pitcher on deck.
Still got some work to do, obviously.
Got inside on him. There's Rendon. Fires it to Espinosa. Inning over.
Nice job, Taylor Jordan. Made the pitch when he had to. Got the ground ball. That's some mature stuff.
Presidential close today. Geico President's Race with Teddy the early lead. He's won a race. Abe's won one. It's Screech's birthday, so all the local college mascots have shown up, and it turns into a demolition derby. William Howard Taft knocks down Abe.
Oh, goodness.
And beats George by a whisker.
Look at that dirt on everybody's nose. That was just crazy.
Man,
nuts.
That whole crew needs some new health insurance. Freight Rail Works do-ups here in the bottom of the 4th inning. LaRoche, Desmond Espinosa, and their careers this month, and we talked about the slow start to the season thing for Adam last night. Not the case this time. Lifted a fly ball to left, first time up, caught by Justin Upton in the series. LaRoche 2 for 6, 3 walks, homer, 2 RBIs. Target outside edge. 89 slipping by Adam LaRoche. 1-2. Now those Marlins are at it again. 1-0 lead at home, 6th inning over San Diego. Trying to win their 4th in a row, and they're trying to bring a 6-1 record into here Tuesday. That's right down the middle. LaRoche wasn't expecting that. 1 out. 2 consecutive Ks for Alex Wood.
You saw the curveballs early and a couple fastballs late. Alex Wood pitching LaRoche backwards and just hits the target right there for strike 3. Pitch track didn't like it, but it looked pretty good from that angle.
Next up, Ian Desmond, then Danny Espinosa. Nats haven't had a hit since the Worth bouncer up the middle in the 1st inning. They have been dominated by Atlanta pitching in this series. 1 run, 8 hits. Stranding 9 in that frustrating 2-1 loss Friday. 2 runs, 5 hits, stranding 8 last night. And a breaking ball, 1 hopper, Chris Johnson. $11 straight for Alex Wood. STG inside the numbers. We like this number. It's 1. Hot dogs presented by Hatfield, April 9th at 7:05. That's Wednesday, Marlins and the Nats. They'll be available at select Nats Dogs stands until the start of the 6th while supplies last, or until the booth can stop by. 202-675-NATS or nationals.com. Danny Espinosa lifting 1 to left. The outs are coming quickly now for Alex Wood. 12 in a row. This one into the 5th inning. Nats 1-0.
By Mercedes-Benz of Arlington and Mercedes-Benz of Alexandria. Let's check out the ball game so far. 1-0 Nats heading to the top of the 5th. Anthony Rendon bunt single to start this game up. Alex Wood has been very, very good, but Taylor Jordan making some big pitches to get out of a jam in the 4th inning. So a couple of walks, 1 to Johnson, 1 to Upton. An error by Danny Espinosa. Then he gets a big K right there of Gerald Laird. And then with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and Jordan Simmons, a good hitter, gets the 5-4 putout. A little fist pump into the glove, and Jordan excited, getting out of a big-time jam, keeping his team up by 1.
Top of the 5th inning, 56 pitches, 35 strikes for Jordan. He takes on the opposing pitcher, Alex Wood. Way outside. And Dan Kolko has more on the Nats. 25-year-old right-hander.
Guys, it's easy to forget now that Taylor Jordan is back on a big league mound and pitching pretty well, but he broke his left ankle early in the offseason and came into spring training not entirely confident that he would be where he needed to be. He told reporters this spring that his first couple outings of spring training, he was standing on the mound and his legs were literally shaking. He was so nervous. He wasn't sure if his left ankle was going to really respond the way that it needed to. It obviously did. He pitched really well in spring, posted some strong numbers, and because of Doug Fister's injury has made this Nationals rotation, and he's pitching pretty well today in his 2014 debut.
You know what else is easy to forget is that he and Tanner Roark are still competing for that 5th spot.
Yeah. Kind of interesting the way the rotation is shaken out now because of the off day in New York and the off day tomorrow. Strasburg's already taken his second turn. Maggio didn't have enough time between Wednesday and today, so he goes Tuesday, and Jordan's slipping in there today. Gio and the Fish Tuesday night. Good pitch, had Hayward reaching. Jason Hayward is 0 for 9 in this series. A couple of walks, hit by a pitch, reached on an error earlier today. And by the way, if you are keeping score and you're wondering about the Nats' first inning run, it did score on an error. But according to the official score, it became an earned run when LaRoche hit that fly ball to left field, which he ruled was deep enough to have been a sacrifice fly with Anthony Rendon running. So it is an earned run, despite actually scoring on a play where there was an error.
And the card guy flashed a black card for that one.
Yeah. He's got a big E over there.
Yeah.
Taylor Jordan pumping strikes here. B.J. Upton, the hitter, double play ball. Foul out to LaRoche. 1-1, top of the 5th with 2 outs. Waiting for that one. Good swing by Upton. Waiting for the fly ball is Franzen. And a 1-2-3 for Taylor Jordan. Second time he's been able to do that against the same 3 hitters. Five-year-old Taylor Jordan, 23-year-old Alex Wood hooking up beautifully in a great pitching matchup on this Sunday afternoon. Bottom 5, McLouth, Leone, Jordan for the Nats. Nate McLouth, a former Brave, reaching and hitting a comebacker first time. Nate was with the Braves 09, 2010, 2011. Had some tough times his second year, hit a .190. They sent him out to AAA. And he came back and played for them pretty effectively in 2011 before moving back to Pittsburgh and eventually to Baltimore for a season and a half. And he takes the 1-2 delivery low, counts even.
Yeah, worked it back to even.
Yeah, good guy to get on at the start of an inning because of his speed and a number 8 man coming up. Nats haven't had a base runner since nobody out in the first inning. They have been shut down in this series by David Hale, 5 innings, no runs. Julio Teheran, 7 innings, 2 runs. The Atlanta bullpen, and now Alex Wood today.
Well, we talked about at the outset, Alex Wood's first start of the year in Milwaukee, April 1st. He gave up a first pitch home run to Carlos Gomez straightaway center field, and that's all the runs the Brewers got.
Yeah, he did walk 3, gave up 4 other hits, but he pitched 7 innings with only that run. Making his 3rd career start against the Nats, by the way. No decisions yet, but an 0.82 ERA. He had Tommy John surgery when he was in college at the University of Georgia before he ever signed with the Braves in the 2nd round. Now Nate McLouth battles him well.
They're putting a good at bat on him. 0-2 to a 3-2, couple of foul balls, making him fire some bullets.
Well, Nate McLouth, according to that power zone, likes it up and away, driving the ball the other way. That pitch was kind of in that quadrant, and the count still 3-2. Nate is a battler. He's always been that way. Now Nissan will show us the whole at bat.
Yeah, I think it's the 10th pitch coming, right? Yeah, number 9 fouled off right there. Good battle going on.
Now the crowd has caught on to what's going on here, and they like it.
Well, this is the kind of at-bats that Kevin Franzen's going to give you. This is the kind of at-bats that Nate McLouth's going to give you. Guys who stick their nose in there and fight.
Yeah, Wood had thrown only 48 pitches in 4 innings. And McLouth hits another one. Straight back and out.
That's good stuff. Pitch coming of this at bat.
Yeah, he's taking his pitch count right up to 60 here. There's a fair ball, and Dan Uggla spears it. And Nate McLouth's going to get a great hand from our fans over on the first base side.
That's a good at bat, and that's a shame he has nothing to show for it. But a 13 pitch battle ends with a line out to Dan Uggla. And watch the swing right here from the side. Gets a fastball right down the middle. Check out the backside throw and watch the line drive to Uggla.
Gonna bring in Sandy Leon.
Sometimes this game's just not fair.
Sandy saw 1 pitch back in the 2nd, bounced out sharply to short. They had a good breaking ball to the inner half.
He's worked it full.
Foul off about 6 or 7. Sandy?
A lot of times pitchers get ahead 0-2, 1-2, and they try to make the perfect pitch. And you start trying to shave in a corner, throwing the nastiest curve you can think of. And what inevitably happens is you end up getting the count back to full.
And a 3-2 bounced. Backhand side, Chris Johnson, short throw. Freddie Freeman can't handle it. And that should be an error on the third baseman. That's got a base runner on Atlanta's second error of the day.
Yeah, the hop took Chris Johnson toward left field, and he had time to set himself, but he didn't. He just gets rid of it off the back foot right there with the speed of Leon, who runs decent. He still had time to set himself and make a good throw. He threw it off his back foot. Freddie Freeman will pick you up on most of them, but that was a tricky in-between hop.
First Nats base runner in quite some time. And now Taylor Jordan has a chance with 2 outs to bunt a second run into scoring position. Took quite a while for an obvious call of V5.
You know, most throwing errors for you younger players are made because your feet aren't underneath you and in the proper position to throw. And everybody says get your arm up, stay on top. It's because your feet weren't ready to make the throw.
Jordan switches off and swings away, and it looks a lot like a bunt. So perfectly placed and slow enough to get Leon to second base.
Let's go back to the error by Chris Johnson at third base. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You know, he has time right here to set his feet, but he throws off his back foot quickly. If he gathers his feet, gets him underneath him, and makes a stronger throw, the play would have been close at first, but he probably would have got Leon. But the fact that he throws this ball off balance, kind of falling into left field, is why the throw was short, and Freddie Freeman couldn't pick it. Just one little shuffle, one little gather, getting your momentum going toward the target. When you have a strong arm like Chris Johnson does, would have got that throw there in the air.
And one little single could be huge right here. Nats need to add on. Rendon takes it inside. Anthony 1 for 2 with the bunt single. And the game's only run scored back in the first. And a breaking ball in there. He's been effective throwing the curveball to right-handed batters today. The thing must really change planes on its way in.
He's got the get me over curveball for a strike, and then he's got the one that he throws at the back knee to right-handers that usually never gets there. He likes to bounce that one with 2 strikes. Maybe change up the signs with a runner on second base who happens to be a catcher.
Kevin Franzen waiting to see if he gets a chance here in the 5th. Oh! 78 on the breaking ball for a strike.
And 60% heaters. 19% curves, and the changeup has been good too at 21% of the time. Might try to bounce that curveball now. He did.
And another take on a fastball in actually 84. Took a little bit off.
But you see what I'm talking to? He's trying to make the perfect pitch with 2 strikes, and now it's back to even.
Fewest runs allowed through 5 games in the last almost 40 years. And the 14 Braves right there. As mentioned, coming into this game, they had scored 14 runs, only given up 7.
Yeah, that 93 Brave squad had a couple of good pitchers. I can't remember their names.
That was right about the time they were becoming pretty good. Maddox, I don't think, hit a right from Chicago yet.
Who?
How about 3 Atlanta guys going into the Hall of Fame this year?
Somebody asked me last night the toughest pitcher I ever faced, and without a doubt, I always say Greg Maddux.
2-2. Target away. Rendon trying to take it that way. Why was Maddux so tough?
Well, he'd give you the comfortable 0 for 4 where you get something to hit, but when you had runners on second and third, he just turned into a different dude. I mean, the stuff started getting more firm, breaking harder, and everything he threw for 50 feet looked exactly the same. You couldn't pick up rotation. The release point window was the same on every pitch. And he just had this different gear with runners out there that he just turned into basically a closer.
And Rendon able to hold up. Great at bat by Anthony. He's worked it to 3-2. The Nats have taken, thanks to Nate McLouth and a couple of other ABs, Alex Wood from 48 pitches up near 80 in this 5th inning.
Well, another 0-2 to 3-2. Trying to make that perfect pitch in a 2-strike count.
Rendon bumps it down the third baseline. Foul.
I mean, whatever you want to say, they're putting some good at-bats on Alex Wood today.
3 o'clock at Nationals Park. Beautiful day, big crowd. 3rd home game of the season. Folks in the district thirsting for that first W here at home after 3 in New York and 2 losses to the Braves.
And how good does it feel to be home at the ballpark and have baseball going on a day like this?
Real good. Off day tomorrow. Marlins in for 3. 7 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 o'clock. If you can sneak out of work early to join us on Thursday.
Anybody do a better job in baseball than John Turnauer with this field? I mean, it's immaculate. Might as well be Augusta.
After that winter. Rendon's going to be called out on a fastball tailing away. Strikeout number 3 for Alex Wood. Nats still haven't had a hit since the 1st inning. 1-0 into the 6th. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Beautiful day on South Capitol Street, 1.7 miles to the north. The beautiful dome. Great crowd on hand today. And this one goes top 6. Freeman, Johnson, Upton.
My Garmin watch must be wrong because I got it at 1.2 miles when I run. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Yeah, but is that from where we are or from your building about a half-mile north of here?
All right, 1-0 you. You're a human GPS. I shouldn't even argue with you ever because you know northwest, southeast, what every building means in every town we're in. So, yeah, that was dumb of me.
I don't know a lot, but don't get into a geography discussion with me. Here we go at the top of the 6th. One of those weird birds who goes somewhere and then studies a map of it for a while. Freeman, Johnson, Upton. Freddie Freeman's 0 for 2 today. Still the guy you don't want to beat you here. And with that in mind, Taylor Jordan continues to keep the ball down. He has 15 outs today, 8 of them on the ground. Not as many as usual. But they haven't been able to center the ball very well against him at all. Freeman got a good piece of that one. The Nats had a shift on, but where do you play Freddie Freeman? That's their first base hit since the 4th and only their second since the 2nd inning.
Check out Jordan's day to left-handers. Exclusively fastball changeup. Hasn't thrown a slider.
Freeman and Hayward, the two principals in that. And here's Chris Johnson. He's flied to right and walked. By the way, in a rather odd twist, they took away Espinosa's error back in the 4th inning and gave Dan Uggla a hit on that ground ball to Ian Desmond, who threw it to Espinosa, handcuffing Danny, and he dropped the throw.
I think they might have done that. Was it Justin Upton sliding to second base? He might have beat the throw, so if they determined that the runner was going to beat the throw on the force out, then you give him a hit. It's the same as beating out a play at first.
That ball is scorched into the left field corner. Freddie Freeman on his way to third. Franzen's going to have to get it in a hurry. And I saw fans in the left field corner throwing their arms straight up in the air. But it's a double for Johnson. Runners at second and third. And now the Braves mount a huge threat here in the 6th inning.
Well, Chris Johnson can hit. There's no doubt about it. And he got something on the inner half, pulls his hands in, and a guy that usually goes the other way kind of decided, well, if this guy's going to pound me with 2-seam fastballs in, I got to get him out of there. Nice play by Franzen digging this out quickly.
Look where it's stuck.
That's why they were putting their hands in the air. We can't see that, as you found out on opening day, from where we're sitting.
From our vantage point, we can see right to the chalk line where the yellow line from the foul pole comes down to the ground. But if it's in foul territory, we lose sight of it. And that was almost identical with that ball getting under the pad, and Franzen decided, I'm not taking any chances. Getting that thing out of here.
From our vantage point, we can see South Carolina. We just can't see down in the corner.
Not foul ground. No balls, 1 strike to Upton. Base hit and a walk today. And this is where it gets tough on Taylor Jordan. As FP mentioned earlier, not a strikeout guy. 1 all day. Actually 2, counting 1 to the pitcher last inning. And the Nats bullpen has gotten busy. Staying inside. 2-1. Craig Stammen is up.
You saw Jordan right there. He'll do that from time to time with a runner on second base or third out of the stretch. Quick pitch to where he doesn't do his normal delivery. He just kind of slide steps and tries to sneak the ball past the hitter.
Low and away. 3-1. Now the on-deck hitter is Dan Uggla, who strikes out a lot. But Uggla's done a good job of making contact this year. He's only struck out 4 times in 22 at-bats. And a 3-1. Ooh, big rip. Looked like a breaking ball sitting up a bit.
Well, I mean, the pitch right here to me in a 3-2 count, first base open, is the two-seam fastball down and in. Matt Williams wanted Taylor Jordan to throw his fastball more in spring training to get confidence in that pitch and be aggressive with it. And the worst thing that can happen if you locate it, you get a ground ball to third. And that's probably the only place that Freddie Freeman's not going right here, is on a ground ball to third base.
Three-two pitch, got him. 81, diving severely in a huge first out. Third strikeout today.
Well, scratch the two-seam fastball in. Jordan went with the changeup right here, and instead of the ground ball to third, he wanted the punch out, and he got it. Upton not thinking changeup at all. He was looking for that two-seam fastball in. You see the grip, turning it over right there. He's thinking fastball in, got the changeup down away, and a huge strikeout for Taylor Jordan.
Steve McCaddy will make a visit now, with the Jordan-Uggla matchup coming.
Well, this is, hey, you know, you have a proven RBI guy up there in Dan Uggla. He's swinging the bat well. What do you want to do to him? First base open. Do you want to pitch around him? What do you feel comfortable with throwing right here? Because if you get the ball on the ground with Gerald Laird on deck, it's going to be a double play if it's right at somebody. Laird doesn't run well at all. So that was just a, hey, first base open right here. Let's be careful to Dan Uggla. Let's try him away and see if he chases, I think. Let's see what they do.
'80 on a changeup, sitting about belt high, but it had some inward movement to it. One nothing Washington, top of the sixth inning. Braves have out hit the Nats 5-3. Held on to that one a little too long. Ball two.
Well, we can see the game plan. It's the opposite of what I said. They're pounding Uggla in. They're to make him spin to win right here and hope they get something on the ground to Anthony Rendon at third. Or better yet, a strikeout, but they're challenging him on the inner half. If you miss in, miss in. That last pitch he yanked across, it was dangerous.
And a pitch sitting up, and Uggla hits it a long way to left center. Way back, McLeod at the wall with the catch. That'll tie the game. The lead run goes to third base. Kept him in the ballpark, and Uggla has 3 RBIs in this series.
Well, the temperature today and the cool weather kept that ball in the ballpark, because in a month or so, that one's way out of here. And he left the slider right out over the plate, and that's the pitch you see Uggla punish more than any other pitch. Caught it out front, and Uggla's wondering if he's got himself a 3-run tater. Good play by McLeod, finding the wall. And once again, a nice piece of hitting by Dan Uggla. He looks like a different hitter this year so far.
Well, that's now contact for him, 18 out of 20 at bats. Here's Gerald Laird, now another big out to get to keep this thing 1-1. That's the second time he swung at the first pitch today. Opposite field single on that early swing in the second. Struck out on a hard sinker in the fourth. Lifts it to left. Franzen's got a ways to go. Kevin cruising to it. And a good job by Taylor Jordan of limiting the damage. It was second and third, nobody out. 1-1 game after 5.5. What are the odds in the same series, 2 games apart, of 2 line drives down the left field, lodging, if you will, under the pad in almost identical, I mean, we're talking a foot or 2 from each other here. Friday night on your left, today on your right.
But Franzen goes in and gets it. That ball's clearly lodged. Look how hard he had to pull that out of there.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it yesterday. Justin Upton going down there, putting his hands up, and look how hard he pulls to get that ball out of there, clearly lodged. And I'm being very sarcastic if you can't tell. I mean, I haven't seen that in 4 years here, and it's happened twice in the same series. Well, I still really haven't seen it, but on the replays I have.
Kevin Franzen, Jason Worth, Adam LaRoche, bottom of the 6th. 80 pitches, 59 strikes for Alex Wood, who threw 32 pitches last inning against only 4 batters. Another line drive. Uggla's there. Some tough luck hitting right now in the infield for Washington.
7-game series begins Tuesday at the Fitz. That's right. Potomac Nationals kick off their 2014 home campaign on April 8th with a 7-game series at Fitzner Stadium in Woodbridge, Virginia. Giveaways include 2014 magnet schedule. Got to have one of those. Team poster. Who doesn't have one of those? $1 hot dogs. That's good for you. Fireworks and kids run the bases all weekend. For tickets to see the Peanuts at the Fitz, call 703-590-2311.
A swing, says Marvin Hudson. Worth 1 for 2, base hit up the middle, strikeout. 16 of the last 17 retired by Alex Wood. That's high-flying offense in New York has been grounded by Atlanta pitching. Inside the numbers with Jeep. And Jason's hit more homers against the Braves than anybody else he has seen in his big league career. And by the way, 14 against the Nats.
I see the truck working, trying to channel an entertainer right here. I like it.
2-2. So the Nats decided if you can't beat him, sign him. Now hope he does some kind of damage against the Braves. It's a breaking ball that Jason was again almost down to a knee trying to get. 3 innings ago, a similar swing for strike 2 before he struck out. This kid doesn't look like he's in his 3rd professional season. 13 games in Rome, Georgia, single A in 12. 10 starts, double A Mississippi. 1 start, triple A Gwinnett last year before he got the call to the Braves. He worked out of the bullpen some. Out to short for Simmons.
Well, he's got 3 good pitches. He's throwing them all for strikes. He's in a rhythm right now. I mean, he did the same thing to the Brewers, and the Brewers have a good offensive ball club. So he's doing something right, and I think the biggest thing he's doing is pounding the strike zone with 3 different pitches.
Here's Adam LaRoche, 0 for 2, fly ball to left, and a taken 3rd strike.
He's letting his defense work behind him, hasn't walked a batter all day long.
They've had some 7th-inning fireworks down in Miami. Padres got 3, Marlins got a run, 3-2 San Diego. Tanner Roark joining Jerry Blevins. There's another day off tomorrow, so Roark probably not scheduled to start for a while, because you would figure it would be Gio, Zimmerman, and then in Strasburg against Miami, right? Because we talked about a possible Strasburg-Fernandez matchup on Thursday. So Tanner available out of the bullpen now. LaRoche hits it sharply. That's 18 of 19 retired by Alex Wood. Bottom of the order for the Braves in the 7th. Quite a pitching duel today. 1-1.
You want some K's? That's right. It's time for Toyota's K's for Kids. The D.C. area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's NIH for every strikeout by an Nats pitcher this season. $37 for you, $37 for you. You know. Sorry, we're out of money.
Braves box score. Taylor Jordan, 82 pitches, 51 strikes in 6 innings, and a bunch of guys with 1 hit. Nobody on either team with more than 1. The Nats have only had 3 all day.
And only 1 out of the infield. Base hit bump by Anthony Rendon to start it up. Jason Worth an infield single, and Kevin Franzen the only one with a line drive single to left.
Andrelton Simmons leads off. Alex Wood is on deck. And then not fouled by much down the third base side.
I mean, if you're a fan of pitching, stuff aside today, the makeup of these 2 young pitchers is just off the chart. I mean, you talk about Taylor Jordan, how young he is, Alex Wood, how young he is. And these guys both, with their mound presence and their body language, look like they've been pitching in the big leagues for 10 years.
Sixth professional season for the 25-year-old Jordan. Third, as mentioned earlier, for the 23-year-old Alex Wood. Andrelton Simmons, 2 ground balls to third. 2 for 10 in the series, batting in the 8th spot. 3-1. Pitcher on deck.
This becomes a huge pitch. Leadoff man, pitcher on deck, can handle the bat. You walk him here, it's a double.
Gets a bouncer up the middle. It's through. Andrelton Simmons, 3rd hit of the series.
Well, he had to throw a strike right here, so he goes with the 4-seam fastball. Can't sink it, right? He's got to stay in the zone, and Simmons all over it. Base hit up the middle, and the Braves in business. And now it's up to Alex Wood to help himself and get Simmons in scoring position. See how they do it. Should be a bunt. He's way up in the box.
Rendon on the grass at third. LaRoche holding, ready to charge from his side.
And see how in the front of the box Alex Wood is. His bat's in front of the line. I talked about this a lot last year, so forgive me if you heard this before, but when you're sacrifice bunt and you scoot up in the box, it brings the foul lines further back and actually gives you more fair territory to bunt the ball in. If you're in the back of the box, now a bunt that would be foul because you're in the back will be fair because you're up in the front of the box.
He deadens it perfectly, and LaRoche will just tag him. Simmons down to second base with the lead run.
That was perfect.
Two shots to take the lead for the Braves, Hayward and B.J. Upton.
He's got the barrel up around his eyes so you can see the baseball. He doesn't really jab at it, just catches the baseball with the bat. A little flinch there, but that's normal. But the way he set up and the way he bunted that was textbook sacrifice bunting, and that's going to do it for Taylor Jordan, and that's a nice outing.
6 1/3 innings, giving Atlanta 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, a crucial one last inning, and a very good debut. Here comes the left-hander, Jerry Blevins. Ball game with a chance to win into the 7th inning, hoping his bullpen can take over and keep this a 1-1 game. Jerry Blevins to come on, kind of a late game matchup guy, so it's Blevins and Hayward. But the Nats have to send the Braves a message here that we're going to win a close game from you guys and get this thing turned around.
Well, this is why Jerry Blevins was acquired in the offseason, for situations just like this. But when you talk about this series, this is typical Braves Nats. 7 of the last 11 games decided by 1 run, and here you go again. First team to flinch loses this game. I mean, it's winning time right now, and Jerry Blevins with a big at-bat here against Jason Hayward's got to go after him.
And it's huge not to let the Braves take a lead on you in the 7th or 8th inning, because you know what's coming after that.
Right. I mean, the lockdown bullpen that they have, as you look at the numbers on Blevins, 3rd game of the year. And you would think he would feature some off speed here to Hayward.
Blevins pitched in the 8th inning last night. Freddie Freeman got him for a double, but he shut the door after that.
I mean, this is a one-hitter deal. He's coming in just for Jason Hayward.
Yeah. This is how lefties make their living. By the way, Jordan, 89 pitches, 54 strikes in 6 1/3. So far against lefties, almost 4 out of 5 pitches breaking away. Front door breaking ball, stays inside.
I think you double up on the breaking ball even though you're behind 2-1. See what Sandy Leon and Jerry Blevins decide on. No shake there. Likes that pitch. See what it is.
Hayward facing Blevins for the first time. Went down with the fastball. And the count's even 2-2.
Well, I think Sandy was thinking like I was. He put curveball down, and Jerry Blevins said, no, I have confidence in my heater. I'm going to go with it. So a well-located fastball right there that Hayward was late on for strike 2.
Two-two hook. Hayward able to just get a nick at it.
And Sandy Leon going to go out there. Ian Desmond, they're going to talk about what pitch they're going to throw right here. But here's the curveball. Starts right at Hayward. And that was breaking down the way. Just ran out of bat. I like the fact that Ian Desmond went to the mound right now. I mean, Jerry Blevins has never pitched to the National League. All these hitters are new to him. And although they have pre-series meetings, pre-game meetings, you got a guy in Ian Desmond that's faced the Braves for however many years and knows probably what to throw right here. And I would assume made a strong suggestion.
Two-two. 83 on the breaking ball for the strikeout. 2 down. And with B.J. Upton coming in, we'll see if Matt Williams pops right out of the dugout.
Well, let's look at it one more time. Perfect pitch right there. The slider at 83 miles an hour just kind of starts down the middle, runs off the plate away.
Looks like he's going to stay with Blevins here against the right-hander. Freeman is on deck.
Interesting.
Would the strategy be here? Not that you want to get to Freddie Freeman, but it is lefty-lefty. So maybe get this guy any way you can. But if you don't, you still have the southpaw matchup.
No, you just don't want to ever face Freddie Freeman with an RBI situation. I don't care if you're left-handed, right-handed, or ambidextrous.
B.J. Upton has faced Blevins before out west. 0 for 3 career. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. And a line drive and right at Ian Desmond. Leadoff base hit does not hurt. The big crowd about to take a stretch at Nationals Park. Quite a ball game. Desmond, Espinosa, McLeod ahead 1-1. brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. And by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. How about that visual? Beautiful day for flying. Silhouetted against the daytime moon. And the crowd stretching here at the ballpark, having a good time, hoping for a Nats win. Let's have a look at our minor league report from PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Yuri Perez. Got to see plenty of him in spring training. And 3 days ago against Scranton Wilkes-Barre, couple of knocks and RBI. That guy can go get him in the outfield. He can steal some bases. 5 triples last year. An occasional pop.
Let's check out the first run of the game and how it was created. Anthony Rendon, little base hit bunt to start this one up. The first pitch of the game. So he's aboard. Kevin Franzen. Line drive single to left. Jason Worth reaches on an infield single. Error by Dan Uggla allows Anthony Rendon to scramble home from third base. And that has been the rally for the Nats so far today. Three hits, and as you just saw, the only one to the outfield, Kevin Franzen.
18 of the last 19 retired since that Worth base hit. Only base runner was the error by Chris Johnson 2 innings ago. So it's Desmond, Espinosa, and McLeod trying to get things moving along here in the bottom of the 7th.
And there's definitely been some hard hit outs here in this game, but Alex Wood has been good.
Desmond has pulled it on the ground twice today. A close play in the first when Matt Williams appealed it and lost the appeal. And then a routine ground ball in the 4th. Ian in this series 3 for 10. 0 for 7 career against Alex Wood. Somebody from Ocean City, Maryland, dropped a beach ball on the field. That's why we had a slight delay. And Desmond, look at this. See you later. Way up there. A beach ball on the left field track and a baseball about 100 feet past it. Second of the year.
Dugout fired up right now, and that ball was absolutely pummeled by the Nats shortstop. First pitch fastball right down the middle, and he knew what to do with it. And absolutely lit this crowd up.
69th career home run. Both of his long balls this year on first pitch fastballs. One in New York and this one.
And this one elevated, so Nats fans just got done hitting the high note on Take On Me. Wow. Didn't even get a chance to sit down. First pitch gone, 2-1 Nats.
2-0 now to Danny Espinosa. Washington's 7th home run of the year. LaRoche and Desmond have 4 of them. Look at that majestic flight right off the bat.
I mean, where did it land? Almost the top of the bleachers and left.
Espinosa takes a big swing on 2-0.
This is where it landed. I mean, that was a no-doubter, and that's where the big boys go. Wow. Almost hit Johnny and Ray in the back of the head.
Espinosa goes to right field on a well-hit ball. Hayward battling the sun, flexing those knees, and he found it to catch it.
Hit speed 103 miles an hour.
Keogh says he hit that a little further than I hit mine in New York.
That ball was crushed. And this park has been playing big.
Yeah.
Because of the weather and the temperature. We've seen a lot of hard hit balls that we're used to seeing go out of here once it gets warm, die at the track. But that ball was destroyed.
And that one skied by Nate McLouth. Simmons out there quickly. Second out here in the 7th.
I remember our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers are donating $250 to the Children's National Medical Center for every home run a Nats player hits this season. So Ian Desmond, nice job, $250. Keep them coming. It's for a wonderful cause. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
Sandy Leon, the hitter. Now Tyler Moore has come out on deck, but if the inning ends here and Tyler doesn't bat, Matt Williams could leave Blevins in to face Freeman leading off the 8th. I know Tyler Clippert's good against left-handed hitters, but he may opt for the lefty-lefty matchup unless he feels better about Clippert starting the inning. Tyler came in the 8th inning on Friday night, and Freeman had a base hit against him, leading to a run. So he'll be ready to start the inning unless his skipper decides he wants Blevins for Freeman. If he gets a chance to tack on another run here with Leon aboard, he'll go with Tyler Moore. 3-2. Sandy Leon 0 for 2, couple of ground balls, reached on an error on the most recent one. And that's an off-speed pitch that gets him. It'll be interesting to see who takes the mound when we come back for the 8th. The Nats on the lead now. 2-1, Ian Desmond, one of the longest home runs of his career. 2-1 Washington with emphasis.
Is hanging around to face Freddie Freeman as we go to the top of the 8th. Nats up 2-1. The big bomb by Ian Desmond. It's not too late to see a bunch of big bombs here. 2014 Nats season plan holders. Great plans are still available for purchase. Get the lowest prices and exclusive season plan holder benefits. Purchase your plan by calling 202-675-NATS now or visit nationals.com/2014.
Denard Span takes over in center field, batting second for Kevin Franzen, and that moves Nate McLouth over to left. Here's the matchup we talked about. Blevins and Freeman matching up for the first time. And then the rest of them are right-handers, so you would figure one batter here and then Tyler Clippard. Freeman 1 for 3. Base hit last time. Run scored on the Uggla sacrifice fly. How big does the job look now that Taylor Jordan did in the 6th inning, keeping that to a 1-run inning?
Well, he just had a spectacular day all the way around. I mean, to keep the Braves ball club to just 1 run. I mean, his sinker was good, his changeup was good, slider as well. And I think more than that, the makeup and the poise that Taylor Jordan showed today was just off the charts.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Target up. They handcuffed him. He got a piece of it, and it's well foul.
I mean, could you think of any hitter in baseball, Carp, that takes weirder swings with 2 strikes and find ways to get hits? I mean, Freddie Freeman is just unbelievable talent of getting the barrel of the baseball and horrible pitches when he's behind the count.
He's the best left-handed high ball hitter I've seen since Jim Edmonds.
Good call.
Most lefties are not high ball hitters. And a 1 ball 2 strike count. Target in. And that's 2-2. Freddie Freeman 1 for 3 today. 5 for 9 in the series. Pretty good breaking ball had him reaching, and somehow Freeman stays alive.
I mean, that's just what I'm talking about. Good hitters take borderline pitches, foul them off in hopes that they get another chance of something out over the plate. Watch the extendo arms right there, Freddie Freeman. Tremendous hand-eye coordination to go with a great swing.
Ajax 1 to center. Span going back, waiting. Big out. That ball went almost 395 to dead center field. And here comes Johnson and Upton, and here comes Matt Williams.
That was a July Tater for sure.
And this is why the Nats picked up Jerry Blevins.
Well, did a good job, but I mean, Freddie Freeman did everything he could. Did you see that swing? I didn't notice that the first time. He stops his swing. I mean, a guy that's kind of known for his follow-through. Watch his swing. At contact, he almost just decelerates the bat. So right here, contact, just shorten up, and then right there, he just stops it. Look at that. Almost like he's playing Pepper, trying to put the ball in play, and it went 380 feet. That's a strong human.
Tyler Clippard on the way against a couple of righties. Good job by Blevins. Well, last year, Tyler Clippard would have started this 8th inning and had a tough matchup with Freddie Freeman. Now the Nats have more lefties than they had at this time a year ago. Blevins took care of his business, and Tyler has 2 outs to get.
This is Nationals baseball on WUSA 9. Don't miss the finals of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Monday at 9 on USA 9.
UConn and Kentucky, huh? Came close to an all Big Ten final. Chris Johnson takes one inside.
Yeah, third game for Tyler Clippard.
He faced Johnson Friday night, flew him out, but it was a sac fly after that leadoff walk to Hayward and then the Freeman base hit. So Chris Johnson against Tyler Clippard, 1 for 4, 2 walks, and that sac fly. And he's always got the fastball up to go to.
Yeah, fastball, curveball, change, split. And a pitch that he didn't even throw 1% of the time last year. The split, he's thrown 6% of the time this year, and it's been his out pitch.
And he jams him with a fastball. A little more giddy up on that one, 93. Two-one Nats, top of the 8th with 1 out. There's the changeup. He really slowed down the bat on that. Desmond the call, 2 outs. And now it's Justin Upton, who Clippard faced on Friday night, struck him out.
6 career saves against the Bravos.
Yeah, all of those back in 2012 when he saved 32 games. First pitch changeup. Justin Upton career against Tyler Clippard, 2 for 6. Counts even 1-1.
Yeah, fastball, curveball, change, split.
Well, it seems like he throws the changeup more than that, doesn't it? 29%.
Yeah.
Depends on if it's righty or lefty. Sure, against lefties, that number's up there. That's a breaking ball. Looked like Upton wouldn't have minded if it had grazed his sleeve, but it missed. 2-1. First final of the days in the division. Reds got a couple runs in the middle innings, beat the Mets 2-1. They salvaged one in that series. Everybody but the Nats in the division behind in their ball games right now. Marlins batting bottom 9, trailing the Padres 4-2. And the Phillies trailing 4-0 middle innings at Chicago. And not able to catch up, Justin Upton.
I've seen some late swings on the fastball today, and that's a good sign for Tyler Clippard.
Little groundswell of applause starting here with 2 strikes, 2 outs, 8th inning, and a 1-run game.
Fastball away.
Got him. Perfect location. Nothing Upton could do. So Blevins and Clippard get the Nats through 8. Number 9 spot coming up. A little insurance would be nice. 2-1 Washington. Strasburg. Nah, the guy just hit one a mile. Hit one to the concourse. Everybody wants your jersey.
Front runner. All right, it's your favorite time of the broadcast. Your Masson word of the day today is not closer, closer. 29292 for your chance to win a meet and greet with Matt Williams, presented by Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. Closer, not closer. If you're a closer, you don't have a job. If you're a closer, you do.
Yeah, if you're a closer, you're kind of a 4A guy, right?
Yeah, if every time you come in the game it gets closer.
Ryan Zimmerman's going to come into the game and be the pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it was interesting because Alex Wood took the mound, and then Freddie Gonzalez came out to get him when it was obvious it was going to be Zimmerman pinch hitting anyway. So the rookie Schlosser pitched the 6th inning here on Friday night. He gave up a hit to Rendon, walked Worth. Zimmerman, who faces him here in a moment, got the sac fly for the Nats' only run in that game.
Well, you see the 3/4 release from Schlosser. Fastball, slider, and lots of sliders. Throw a changeup once in a while to a lefty, but I got a sneak peek at him the other day, and Matt Williams sending Ryan Zimmerman up there to lead it off. And just like we promised earlier in the game, it is Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite, and what else would it be, right? Only one other ball hit out of the infield up to this point. And this one, I guess you could say, was hit out of the infield and the outfield and almost the stadium. 3/4 of the way up the left field bleachers. On a first pitch fastball for me and Desmond. I don't even think you could say he ambushed him because everybody knows Desmond swings at the first pitch. Jason Worth, the helmet taker offer guy, and the dugout was some kind of fired up.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. First pitch slider. He was thinking he was getting a fastball. Ryan 7 for 19 with the bat off to a good start. Homer, 3 RBIs. ID's the breaking ball that time.
Strong bench today for the Nats. Span in the game. Harper and Zimmerman all on the bench.
And Jordan Schaefer, a speedster for them. And that looks like a double switch since Upton just batted. Well, although on the scoreboard they list Schaefer as the number 5 hitter. Zimmerman, Rendon, and Span here in the 8th. Had him reaching, and somehow the ball tipped and held on to by Gerald Laird.
One more time, it's time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag MassonNationals for a chance to have it shown on TV during a game on Masson. That is brought to you by AT&T.
Anthony Rendon hasn't had a hitless game yet this year.
Well, it worked when you said it last night in his last at-bat.
I know, he was...
Well, he's got a hit already.
Looking at an offer. So tonight he'll try to make it, or today he'll try to make it another 2-hit game. He's had a couple of those. He's 9 for 22 to start the season. With a homer, 5 RBIs. That's well hit to right. It'll back up Hayward, who fights the sun here late in the afternoon. 2 outs, and we'll see the first AB today for Denard Span. Rafael Soriano thought he might have a couple of safe situations in New York, but he sat down when the Nats generated some late offense. So he got one mop-up piece of duty. And he will be on to save this one a little later. The Braves are going to make a pitching change. Schlosser done after 2 hitters. They want a left-hander with Denard Span coming in.
To face Denard Span, and you know what he has on his phone? An MLB.com app. That's right. Follow every Nationals game with an MLB.com at-bat app on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Give live look-ins, instant replays, scores, stats, audio. Free MLB.com. Download the app at the App Store. Visit Nationals.com today.
Luis Avilan retired Denard Span when they faced each other Friday night. Span is 0 for 4 career against him. And trying to find any way he can to get aboard here, get Jason Worth to the plate. No right-hander warming up in the 8th.
It's the first time I've ever seen this on Fangraphs. Avilan has thrown 100% fastballs this year. Nothing else. He has a curveball and a change. And there's another one. Fastball averages 94 miles an hour.
75 games last year, 1.52 ERA, and at that time he was 23. He'll have a birthday in July. 24-year-old left-hander, and Atlanta keeps producing young arms out of this organization. Ooh, tailing up and in. Oh, you'd love to see Span get aboard here. No right-hander, as I mentioned, warming, and Worth on deck. Looking for an add-on run here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, curious move by Freddie Gonzalez. Usually you go the left-on-left matchup in a close game when a guy can hurt you with a home run. And Denard Span really not that guy. And if he gets on, Gonzalez may have painted himself into a corner with Jason Worth on deck, who loves lefties.
Schlosser, the pitcher who just came out, did walk Worth on Friday night, but not exactly damage.
Jason getting the scouting report from Rick Shue on the top step of the dugout. That's the book right there.
100% fastballs, you just told him?
Yep. And his favorite color is blue. Thing covers everything.
2 balls, 1 strike. Span, a good take. Walks as good as a hit right here.
Yeah, you just want to get Jason Worth up there for this matchup any way you can.
Fastball on the corner, 3-2. Miami game's over. Padres beat the Marlins 4-2, so they'll bring a 4-2 record in here on Tuesday. Nats trying to fight their way to a 4-2, and give the Braves the same one-loss record. So everything that is missed called for a ball well off the plate inside the span. 3-2 coming. And he tosses the bat for the second time in this series. It hit the screen. Didn't hurt anybody. Soriano for the save in the ninth. The Braves have 6, 7, and 8 coming up. He was with the Braves in 07-08. He was not a closer at that time until 09 when he had 27 saves. And the Nats trying to take on those Miami Marlins. They'll be 5-2 when they come to town on Tuesday night. First of 3, and some good pitching matchups in that series. Gio will go on Tuesday night against Henderson Alvarez. It will be Jordan Zimmerman against Jacob Turner on Wednesday, and then Steven Strasburg, and they're saying Tom Kohler on Thursday. We'll see about that.
But first things first.
Get a win.
First save opportunity of the year for Soriano. Fastball, slider, cutter, 3 pitches. Cutter and fastball in the low 90s.
Dan Uggla against Soriano, 5 for 14 career with 3 home runs. Pitch up, slips by him at 90. He doesn't blow people away 95, but there's some deception to that fastball.
No, this one maybe had a little more plate than Soriano wanted, and Uggla got big, and he was looking to tie this game up.
One-handed helicopter swing at the end. $34,327. Not many have left. Inside missing.
Leadoff man out in a 1-run game, huge. Take the bunt away, take all the options for Freddie Gonzalez away by getting the leadoff man out.
Got him! 89 over the plate and up, and Uggla couldn't reach any of those 3.
Well, he got a few pitches to hit in that sequence, but Soriano snuck them all right by Dan Uggla. This one at 89, little cut on it. You see the cut grip, how the ball just kind of slides to the outer half at the very end, and Dan Uggla late on all 3 offerings from Rafael Soriano.
Gerald Laird is 0 for 2 career against Soriano. Braves veteran catcher getting the start today. What you would call a high strike. And that one tailing away may be playable for LaRoche. Near the tarp. 2 outs.
Well, that ball had just enough cut to get off the end of the batting. Gerald Laird stayed in here. Big break. Fans on their feet. And it has been a very well-played, crisp game here at Nats Park today. Two great teams going head-to-head.
Andrelton Simmons is 0 for 2 career against Soriano.
I think there's a ball in the field in right center. Jason Worth going to jog out there and get it. So hold everything. And it is not lodged.
Well, I think now we know how it got there.
That's awesome.
Can't throw the ball on the field. They're playing right now.
Father son of the game, nothing better.
And Simmons goes up hacking on a play to the right side. $115,000 plus in the ballpark this weekend. No balls, 1 strike. Nothing but strikes. Desmond, he hit a homer. Can he save it now? Andrelton Simmons, too fast. Tying runs aboard. Great range by Desmond. And they will pinch hit Ryan Domit in the number 9 spot.
Well, this play gets a lot of runners, not on Andrelton Simmons. I mean, nice play by Ian Desmond right there, laying out. Had to get rid of it quick on a hop to LaRoche, but Simmons smelling a knock. Beats it out. Nice play, good effort. Tying run aboard in the 9th for the Braves.
And Ryan Domit has faced Soriano before. 2 for 5 career with a home run. And Soriano falls behind. Well onto the outfield grass, Danny Espinosa. Domit 1 for 4 with an RBI single last night. Actually 1 for 5. And retired as a pinch hitter on Friday. Right on the edge.
If you've won the first 2 games of a series, you can be a little more aggressive here if you're Simmons and think about stealing second base based on what's happened the first 2 games. Although he was only 6 for 11 in stolen bases last year and 0 for 1 this year.
Sandy Leon held that pitch there a long time, trying to give Doug Eddings a good look at the frame. 2 balls, 1 strike to a left-handed hitter. Switch hitter, lefty against Soriano with power.
Well, needless to say, with Jason Hayward on deck, this pitch is huge.
And a 3-1 in a 2-1 game.
Slider, went 3-1 slider, first strike. Domit looking for a fastball, 3-1 count, locks him up with a slider right there, and we'll see if he doubles up in a 3-2 count. The old adage, if he throws it 3-1, he'll throw it 3-2. And here we go.
Simmons running. Ground ball. It's well placed. Espinosa keeps the runner at second by diving. And it's first and second, 2 outs.
Drama. I mean, good play by Danny Espinosa right here to keep Simmons at second base and give his outfield a chance should there be a base hit. Simmons goes to third. Obviously, a base hit's a tie ball game.
And
another adventurous Soriano save. What new?
Yeah. It's like Tyler Pasternicki will be the pinch runner at first base. Jason Hayward career against Soriano. 1 for 2 with a home run. Braves bullpen busy in case they don't go down here. Soriano trying to put an end to this. .91 and the count's even.
I mean, the most fascinating part to me of what's going on right now is the crowd. I mean, there's such an uneasy feeling right now. It's almost one of the weirdest atmospheres I've ever seen at Nats Park.
They're feeling a little better.
92 on the cutter. And that one had some serious late movement on it.
Straight back. Hayward on that fastball, up and away.
Well, he'll chase with 2 strikes up. It's just that fine line between getting it high enough to where he'll offer and too high where he won't, or low enough where he can make contact. And I saw a shot of some nervous fans. Fingers crossed.
Hayward a little jumpy on that 86, but it missed away.
It's a big miss because now you have no chance of throwing out Simmons at home. He's going to get a head start right here, and it's a good call.
And everything up in this at bat to Jason Hayward. Simmons at second, Pasternicki at first, moving with this 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a badly needed win for the Nats over Atlanta.
Everybody together. Exhale. Now, big pitch right there. Challenge him up. Just what we were talking about. The fastball just high enough that Jason Hayward offered at it. That's his hole with 2 strikes. He went to